Hey everyone, today I'm going to try and do this a little bit different. What I'm going to actually do is using these glitters here, create that nail that you just saw. So these glitters themselves are just purely glitter in these containers, and then I have gone and mixed them with clear acrylic in these two containers to make them usable for my nails. So first off, I'm actually going to build out a platform for my nail with a form. So what I want to do first is prep my nail with an isopropyl alcohol based liquid. Allow that to dry. While that's drying, I'm going to put my form on. So when you put in your form on, you want it to slot up nicely underneath the free edge. I've got a little bit of free edge going on there. So nice up underneath there so that there's no gap between there and the nail. Okay, next thing I want to do is prime my nail with a primer, making sure to only touch the nail bed. You don't want to touch the existing acrylic on your nail, and you don't want to touch your skin, because a lot of these primers are actually acid based and you could do some serious damage. Okay, first thing I'm going to be doing is using a clear pink acrylic just to build out a very thin platform for me to build my acrylic onto. So I'm picking up a medium ball, placing, pressing, release, wiping my brush of excess liquid, and then all I'm doing is pushing my product around until I get a good shape. As you can see there, I don't want to brush so much. I want to use the body of my brush to actually push the product around, refining those edges. Now I'm going to make this nail quite a long one, so I will start with a second ball and increase the length. Now I think sculptures can be a great thing for people to learn. I know it can be very difficult for a lot of people to learn, but stick at it because it's a great skill to have underneath you. It's awesome. Okay, so hopefully you can see that quite clearly. What I'm going to do is allow that to dry. Now, in about 30 seconds, when this nail starts to get quite firm, I'm going to start pinching in the sides a little bit, just so that we get a nice C curve, a nice shape going on down there. Okay, see how it's quite flexible at the moment? So we're going to start holding that shortly so that when the acrylic actually dries, you get a nice C shape going on. Alright? Okay, so that should be nice and dry by now. I've left it for about 2 minutes. So all we have to do now is just very carefully pull the form away. That's disposable, and you are left there with a nail extension. So it's got a good shape on the end of it, nice and thin, so that I can actually build my nail onto it. So these are the glitter powders that I'm going to be using that I just made, and I'm just going to be doing a bit of a fade effect just for a bit of fun. So I'm going to place my first ball. Oh, that one was a bit dry. See, if they're too dry you can't place them properly. Now, because this is quite a bulky glitter mix, you have to be very careful of your mix ratio, because if you have too much glitter and not enough acrylic, it's not going to set properly and you're not going to have enough strength. Just fix my smile line up there as neat as you can. Build it up quite a bit thicker through this section here, and then we want to taper it off and thin it off down here so that we can bring in that blue and blend it over the top, and hopefully that will look really pretty. I haven't actually practiced this one before, we're just making this one up on the spot, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm just going to blend that up. And we'll pick up our blue glitter mix. And we'll start building up some layers here. Now I don't want it to be too defined where one starts and one stops, so I really want to feather it out a little bit. A little bit more on the edge there, make the edge nice and tidy. So it's actually feathered out quite nicely down the base down here. It's come down quite nice. Okay. So now we're going to actually fill the back in with a clear pink and put a very clear pink across the entire tip so that we don't file into that glitter too much, because if we file into it we may lose that nice graduated colour. Now the powders that I'm actually using, all my products are NSI. The primer that I was using is NSI Super Bond, and the dehydrator that I was using was NSI Nail Pure. They're a very good product. Now I do apologise if I don't answer all of your guys' questions. I don't not mean to. I'm just really busy with life in general at the moment. So one thing that I will answer at the moment is a lot of people are asking what brush that I'm using. And if I remember properly, it's a Royal Precision number 8 oval from NSI. I know that they're quite expensive in New Zealand. I think I paid approximately $148 for this brush in New Zealand, but obviously they're a lot cheaper in America. So that's our nail finished. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that to dry. Doesn't it look gorgeous underneath? I love what it looks like underneath. I'm going to leave that to dry for a few minutes, and then I will start to file and shape. Okay, so our acrylic's nice and dry, as you can see. Now we're wanting to start to file and shape. We want the nail to be relatively thin down here by the cuticle area so that there's minimal lifting. Come to a thickness up here through this the middle section around the smile area. That's where you're more likely to break it. So we need it a little bit thicker here for strength, and then tapering off to a nice thin edge. So I'm going to be using the NSI Endurance 100-100 grit. That's really great for shaping. Now just remember not to shape too much through this glitter section here, because you'll actually start to
So next thing I'm
going to be doing is topping my nails with NSI Glaze and Go. And I also want to actually put on a little bit of nail art. So we'll put on a nice thick coat. As you can see, it brings out that glitter so beautifully. Okay, actually I just use my brush to pick up my little rhinestones that I've got in here. Just got some nice big ones today. Something a little bit fun. I think the longer your nails, the easier it is to pull off larger nail art. Oh, there we go. Just going to pop 2 on like that. Now what I'm going to do next is cure this nail art under a UV light for 90 seconds. Okay, so that's our nail totally cured and ready to go. So it's a very simple idea, but it looks fabulous. So next thing I'm going to be doing is just, as you would do every time you finish a service, a few drops of cuticle oil. Cuticle oil is absolutely vital, and it should be used all the time when you have acrylics. So that looks gorgeous. I really like it. It's got a nice C curve there. Now I've had to keep these a little bit thicker because of the length. You need a bit of thickness there to keep them strong. They even look gorgeous from underneath because of that the clear underlay that we had first. So I hope you guys enjoy that. A little bit of funkiness for you today. Awesome. Thanks for watching. See you later.